There we go. We're just going to do the Q&A with. Put that up there. All right. We're going to wait for a few people to get in here and we're going to get started. What's up, my Jen Jen? Hi, baby. What's up, Zoe? How you doing? We're just going to wait for a few people to get in here and we're going to read from my novel. What's up, Raymond? It's nice to see everybody's doing good. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're about to be reading from my novel. My day was pretty good. What's up, Busy Lizzie? Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Zoe. It was awesome. That's good to hear. You know, guys, we're going to be giving it about another 3 minutes before we start the show, okay? Just another 3 minutes before we start the show. You know, right now we're just kind of chilling, letting everybody come on in, say hi, do what they're going to do. And don't forget, we're still going to do Scalds every 5th like, okay? So we only need 2 more likes for our first Scald of the night. So how was everybody's day? It was awesome. Nice. Going camping tomorrow. All right. Cool. Cool. You know, I might just read again just so you can have a scary story. What's up, sweet country? All right, guys. We're down to 2.5 minutes before the show time. Oh, yeah. There we go. Boop. I said boop. Thank you. Pinned message for my Jen Jen. It's good to see you're doing good there, country girl sweet. All right. What's up, Jennifer? How you doing, girl? It's good to know you had a great day there, Raymond. Sorry I got stuck at your boring old thingy. I forgot what it's called. Day program. That was it. Yeah, what's up, other Jen? Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. We're going to be reading from my horror novel tonight, Blackenedhills. Also talking to my friend named Alexis on my phone and playing some. All right, I got you. NBA Mobile Live. All right, got you. Cool. All right, everyone. We only got about 1.5 minutes left to go. Because we got to go. We're waiting for about 5 minutes to roll around. So we give it the first 5 minutes for people to roll in, get the seats and everything like that. Get yourself a snack. Get ready for the show, everyone. Unless y'all ready for me to start now. In which case, y'all can just go on ahead and say, let's go. Oh, wait. We got 7 likes up there. I wasn't paying attention. Ha, ha, ha. Let me give us a good Scald. This was for the 5th like, whoever it was. All right. So, here we go, guys. We're only about 30 seconds away or so. So, let's go on ahead and get to reading, shall we? This morning was all tense, like what one thinks soldiers feel before battle. We checked and rechecked our gear. Moon showed us all our maps and how to read them. After a quick lesson on some of our gear and going back over the trails plan. Sorry. After going back over the trail plan, we finally set out to look at the week-old attack site. I asked how we are getting there. A large APAC personnel carrier pulled up. In that, says Moons with a grin. Oliver stepped out and lit up a cigarette. So you guys ready to go camping? I smiled and ran to the back. Opening the back hatch, I had always heard of the APAC PC tactical land and sea rover. This baby was like a speedboat in the water and a hot rod on land, with armor that would make a tracked cannon happy. I was like a child seeing one. The inside was roomy and lined with racks. The right side had an armory. The left side was various supplies, from tents to tools, to first aid and emergency gear. Past this laid the 2 rows of 6 seats with 5-point harnesses. The gunner's lock laid beyond that, ending with the co-pilot seat and pilot seat. It can be driven from either chair. We all loaded into the transport and headed out for the kill site. I was glad to see Casey was coming along with Oliver, Moons, and Nevin, excuse me. Moons gave us a quick rundown of the normal wildlife we could see: bears, wolves, snakes, spiders, and various others. Then Casey took over with what various capital H hunters deal with and knew lurked in the darkest of places, like ghouls, wraiths. She had taken measures to bring anything we might need. The rest of the trip was spent getting to know these people that I knew are now my friends. I believe they are the ones my grandfather spoke of. Just today I discovered Oliver's middle name was Cain. Of all things, the man whose name helps you to walk. I now believe it's Oliver, and the knights are the army I need to avenge my father and save us all from Solus Black and his evil intentions. You might be gone, my dear grandfather, but I seem to have accidentally found a new family. 48th of Caldoria. Welcome in. Hey, Gaja. Mobile Legend, thank you. I'm reading from my novel, Prime. Nice to see you got yourself a phone. From my hood? I'm reading from my hood. Okay. It's from my book, baby. We took the APAC as far as we could, but we still had one hell of a hike to get to the site. After a 4-hour hike to the first kill, we stopped. I had to admit that it's beautiful out here. The trees stood tall. The trees stood really tall this far out, sometimes 100 feet tall, due to the growing seasons being in full swing. The trunks were coated in moss and vines. Ferns as big as a large bush and various undergrowth made the whole forest green and vibrant. The soft earth was a far cry from the concrete and stone tiles I was walking on just a few hours ago. The boots that Oliver gave us are comfortable and dry, even though the earth beneath our feet is damp and full of life. As we walked, I began to almost feel at home. That was till Moons called out that we were here. We set up camp as Moons asked the forest, lake, and sky if we could stay. After a moment, Moons returned, telling us that we were safe. Nevin and Oliver began to scope out the kill site. Moons, Casey, and I set up a tripwire flashbang perimeter alarm. I hope that nothing sets this off. I hate loud noises. Moon began to cook some salted meat he had brought into a stew after we finished. I asked him a little bit about what it could have been that killed the 4 friends that had been camping here. I don't know, but the Lake Guardians could have done it easily. I asked him if he had seen one before. He looked at me, those wild eyes. Yes, just once. a long time ago. He walked away to to wash the vegetables and herbs that would go into our meal. Then I asked Casey what she knew about them. Not much. I've never heard of them. I still think it's a tall deer, so I decided to visit the kill site. It was a massacre. The two tents that were left behind had been shredded, the claw marks being a good 4 inches apart. The campsite smelled like a slaughterhouse. Blood stained the tent and ground. I ran back to the camp, only to vomit. Nasty, isn't it? I looked to see Oliver holding out his hand. That was when I noticed the other smell of the rotten fish and mud. What were we up against? I decided to write after that. 49th of Caldoria. Oh, wow. I gotta do another scald. We've done hit 10. Oh, no. I almost spilled water on myself. All right. This is for the 10th like there, everybody. Good old skull. Scald. All right. Welcome in, Trash. How you been? What's up, Sharky? Yes, this is my book I'm reading. I'm not the best reader. Out loud. Anyway. First thing this morning, we took a good close look at the campsite, at the kill site again. It's far more gory in the light of the sun. Aside from the blood and bits of the victims, there seems to be a silvery dried slime coating the trees, tents, ground, and some of the equipment. Whatever this silvery stuff was, it ate through anything organic. The footprints left behind were just as strange. The foot almost looks simian in shape, yet webbing is clearly seen in the print. Moons deducted that the attacks came. Moons deducted that the attack. I knew it was moons, not mud. Blah. Moons deducted that the attack came from the water, not from the forest. I still don't know how he put that together. From what I could see from the site, I almost wanted to advise him to become a cop. Then I thought better of it, remembering that he isn't human. I looked closer at the print in the mud. I could see how close they are to a human. The foot's just shorter and wider. I'm no tracker, but even I could tell the beast started out on 4 legs and then seemed to switch to 2 legs. Oliver looked at them. He said that it seems that seems that they would switch to 2 legs. Attack its victim. He said that it seems that they would switch to 2 legs to attack their victims. The smell was terrible. Casey had to make some call to her HQ. She had to report any new monsters that she comes across. This shook me from what she had told me before. The capital H had never been around. The capital H had been around for thousands and thousands of years. Yet they should know about these things. Moons, however, told us that they stayed deep in the lake, only coming out to bless the Chukua people that hold nature close to their heart, or to protect the lake from dangers and contamination. I asked if it was these beasts that caused the great foundry disaster of 1970. All he could say was maybe. Moons looked at the lake. They may have been angered, and those poor souls were in the way. I asked more, but he wouldn't answer me. Not even with what the things looked like. Even Casey couldn't get any more out of him. Maybe it's taboo to talk about the beasts, like talking about skinwalkers. The sun was still high when we went back to camp. That was when Moons got a phone call. He had to leave and handle some park ranger business. I overheard him and Oliver talking. He left an account of a fisherman catching a strange, unidentified fish in a bait trap. Moons had an air of urgency to him before he left. I wonder if the strange fish was anything to do with these monsters. Look into the strange fish and monster sightings and in and around the lake. Moons knows more than he is saying. Get his trust and find out. 50th of Caldoria. We got time for another scald there because we hit 17 likes. Where did I put my horn? Where did I put my horn? I really need to do a scald. Where did I put my horn? All right. Well, you know what? It's right here beside me. Scald to the 15th like. Scald. Thank you guys so much. I hope you're enjoying the show. All right. Maybe it's taboo to talk. Moon got a phone call. Okay. I wonder. Oh, yeah. Starts from the next page. I found something strange this morning. A barb embedded in a tree, 9 inches long. This thing is vicious. The tree's bark and wood almost seems to have chemical burns in the spot where the dart hit. This must be from one of those things. I think those things can shoot out these darts. This is terrifying. Is this how they ambush their victims? I rushed to the others so fast I forgot to zip up my pants. Moons was the first one out of his seat. He snatched up the dart, looking it over with an intense look in his eyes. You know what this is, don't you? Was all that Oliver said. Moons told us he would be back and ran so fast that I couldn't keep up. What the fuck is he? I looked at Casey. She shrugged. Oliver told us to be ready. We packed camp and set out to the second kill site. I asked how Moons could find us. He has his ways, responded Oliver. My mind went to the old stereotype of Native American trackers, or native trackers on the old Western movies Grandpa and I used to watch together. Although I'm sure that whatever powers or abilities that he has will play a part. We all piled into the APAC and headed out to the second kill site. On the way there, I swear that I saw something. After I told Oliver, we had an immediate stop. After only a few seconds, we found tracks. Same quadrupedal tracks as the first site. The prints were still wet. We missed it by seconds. The mud was still stirred up in the water it was churning. It was like a crocodile had plowed through the water. Good eye, man. You can make a good scout for the capital H, Casey said, looking back over her shoulders to looking back over the slide as she called it. I couldn't help but blush at the thought of working with her. I know that I'm starting to like her more and more after a few photos and some notes on what we found. We left the site. Moon was already waiting on us. By the time we made it, how did he do that? There was also someone new to the group, an elder of the Chukua people named Drawny Crowfeather. We set up camp and told Moons and Mr. Crowfeather what we had found. They confirmed that the Lake Guardians were in fact on a rampage. The elders told us all to get some sleep. Tomorrow, Crowfeather is going to take us to the place that the creatures live. He will speak to the beasts and see if they will stop their rampages or what sacrifice they will require to stop. 51st of Caldoria. Thank you guys so much for all the likes. One more like and we get another scald. Today was incredible. We took canoes to the other side of the lake. After so long, we came to a restricted area, closed off by a fence. Moons paddled up to the fence and unlocked it. We all entered the area. I would later find out that this area is for the tribe only. On our way there, we listened to the legends of the Guardians. They started as another tribe known as the Kinawa. The light left the world, and the beasts of the darkest places came out to rule. The Kinawa agreed to keep Silence Lake sacred, so the great high ones gave them the power to live in water. But it came with a twist, a curse that would take hold over time. As the Kinawa lost their humanity, they became beasts who used the force of rot to kill, as well as their fangs and claws. Before we knew it, we were in front of a massive cavern where the water starts its way underground. Here, Moons and Crowfeather banged a drum and chanted something in Jakuan. The sound ended. The world went quiet, like we had entered a new realm. After a long pause, he heard a high-pitched screech, like a wail mixed with a woman, mixed with a wounded rabbit. We waited for just a moment longer before the waters around us exploded with life. As the beasts attacked us, they leapt on all but the two natives. Crowfeather urged us not to fight. As they pinned us down, its long tail was mostly what I saw, serpentine, finned, and barbed with the same darts I found in the tree. I could see the alpha, as it was twice the size of the others. His chest was coated in thick plates like scales. The scales were a cream-like color that were mottled with yellows, browns, and blacks. Its skin was black as pitch. The fins that almost looked like wings were mottled yellow and green and could retract. The head plate was a bone-off white, with odd-looking bright red markings. The elder negotiated with him for a short time before the beast leapt back into the water, while the alpha slowly backed into the cavern. The world came alive again. We must clean the lake. Until then, they will kill all who come across. Crowfeather announced. I couldn't believe we lived through that. I will never forget the smell or the alpha. Casey is asking the Capital H Council if she should hunt them. 52nd of Caldoria. 20 likes, guys. Let's get this scald on the road, shall we? And by the way, guys, if you're curious as to what the Lake Guardians look like, give me a second and I'll show you the picture of them. Scald to number 20. This is a Lake Guardian. This is the creature that they ran into. So, hope you guys like it. We woke up well before the sun came up. Nevin was already waiting with coffee and donuts. As soon as everyone was awake, she began to brief us on a plan she came up with. Last night, she had a contact She had a contact that might be able to help with the Lake Guardians. Her contact named Justin Parks. is a roboticist that has been known for his work on nanobots that can clean oil spills and chemical disasters. She thinks he can help to clean the lake. This may help to stop the beast rampaging. As for the dart, she had analyzed it. She had analyzed it at last, finding the dart contained a horrible narcotic neurotoxin. She tried to test the toxin, but the dart dissolved over a 12-hour period. That thing was hard as steel when I found it. How did it just melt? What is worse is she told us that the SCP Foundation came to her office and cleared out her work from her computer. Luckily for us, she has a photographic memory. She also wrote about half her notes in a diary. The worst part is the Blackenedhills officers also showed up to her house. I was worried that Solus Black is just a step away from us. If he catches up to us, we are done. I'm sure that if he catches us, he will kill us all as soon as he got what he wants. I, however, will be going with Moons and Crowfeather. I'm told that I will be hiding in the reservation. Maybe now I will be able to find out what Moons really is. I wonder if old Crowfeather is the same thing as Moons. Well, we shall see. I can figure anything out. We all took the APAC out of the forest. Upon coming out of the woods, we were stopped by a few cops, Blackenedhills' finest, no doubt. They were gruff and rude, grilling us for over an hour. I maintained a prefabricated story and identity. I dare not let them know who I am. I believe they would have taken me as soon as they found out that I was a scribesman. However, the Parks and Wildlife came to our aid. I never knew that most of them were native, just like Moons. As I was loaded into a Land Rover, I asked Moons how many of the Forestry Service was a man of his people. All of them, was his only response. That's when Crowfeather spoke, shutting down anything. Moons was going to say, the forest and lake belongs to the Chikuan people. If we let the void in, then all is lost. So we keep our homes safe and sacred, and in the hands of the children of Fenris. This gave me more questions. Maybe I will find out while I'm there. Who or what is Fenris? Who is Justin Parks? 53rd of Caldoria. Thank you very much, BMC. Thank you for making it, man. All right. After a long drive, we finally came to the reservation. It almost looks like an old fort, complete with a massive gate that had a serious lock on it. Moons went to the totem and messed with it for a short time. The gates opened and Crowfeather drove the rover through. Moons walked behind him. I swear that I saw a military-grade machine gun mounted on the far corner of the gate, but large family homes began to block my vision. Were they that serious about security? What is up with these people? Crowfeather spoke, telling me how the people of his tribe deal with more than just Solus Black and his hell on earth. They had a spiritual charge to keep what is natural separate from the truth. What does that even mean? Old Crowfeather sure likes his riddles. We drove to the central building. This holds the reservation's laws, the elders' meetings and tribal ceremonies, even a visitor center. I felt awkward. All eyes of every person was on me all at once. I was ushered into the central building. Much to my stress-fueled anxiety's relief. But out of the frying pan and into the fire. I was put before the Chakuan Council. My only relief came from Moon's and Crowfeather's presence. The councils consists of 4 elders: Crowfeather, Nathan Blackwolf, Jake Eagleheart, Robin Ravenrain, and 5 young men, who I assumed are the eldest replacements or braves. They consisted of Moons, Marcus Windwalker, Albert Robert Waters, Sky Cloud Talker, and John Cloud Trailsman. I was asked many questions, like I was on trial. After several hours of questioning and deliberation, as well as a good word from Moons and Crowfeather, I was allowed to stay. They even gave me a bag of clothes and a room. I took a much needed shower, then stepped out of my room into Moon's living room. "You hungry?" As he pulled out some leftovers. I think when I first talked to this man, I thought he was rude. Now he is feeding me. I gave a nod, looking at all the wolf totems, paintings, and various other things. I asked if he remembered me, then told him about our first conversation. He laughed and passed me a beer. The job has a good bit of stress, and I have a temper. From there, we had a good conversation. He made a joke about being a wolf. This made me think, what if Moons is a werewolf? After all, he and the other 5 are the only ones that have their own houses, that have their own homes, even though they have families. But I banished the thought. After all, werewolves were monsters, right? All right, guys. That gets us to end that one. So what did y'all think so far? We got 22 likes up there, which is great. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You know, if you're new here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Oh, man. I got to get my vision straightened out. Oh, my handwriting isn't the best on a page with no lines. You know, so it takes a minute to read it right. Thank you, my Jin Jin. Why, yuckers? Why, yucker puppers? Why, my yucker puppers? Why, my yucker puppers? Why, my yucker puppers? What you want, sugar puppers? Get you. So, everyone, how's everyone's night going? You know, hopefully everybody's had a good day, good night, you know, and hopefully they'll have a great sleep tonight. What do you want, baby boy, other than you farting? That is incredibly rude. Gosh, why do you do this to me every time I'm doing a show? You always got to come over here and fart like you're proud of it. I already took you out. No. No, I already took you out. No. Go lay down. Shuck. You little turkey turd. I love my Shuck, everybody. He's just a good dog. Yes, he is. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. Yes, he is. He's a good puppy. Beat on that old butt. So how's everyone doing tonight? If y'all give me just a moment, I'm going to go on ahead and go get another bottle of water just in case we get some more likes, because all we need is 3 more before we actually can do a scald. And then I'm going to take and probably go on ahead and feed my dog real quick, guys. So I'll be right back. All right, there you go, Chef. Give me just a second, guys. All right. Sorry about that, guys. My dad wanted to talk to me for a minute. It's good to see everybody's doing good. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for 24 likes. We're only one away. I forgot my water bottle, though. But, thank you for the 24 likes. Guys, it's been a long month. So I'm glad we're transitioning into a new one. Oh, we got 25. Let me go get a water bottle. All right. Let's go on ahead and get the skull going for that 25th light. Skull. What's up, Spampton? How you doing, man? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, we're just having a chill night. We read from Blackenedhills for a little bit. Now we're just going to chillax. Guys, eventually I'm going to finish this book. Blackenedhills is a horror novel that I wrote about a young man who can see things that others can't, that they don't pay attention to, that they refuse to because a government has hidden it, which is being led by this basically a tyrannical dictator from another dimension that is literally trying to convince everybody that everything's okay. pay attention to this going on over here. He starts several wars and separates the people in different ways and things like that to try to keep them from understanding that he's trying to force an apocalypse. And this young man, Dorian Scribesman, his family writes the history of the world. They have always done it. And he's the only one that can read this special book called the Book of Exeter, which if he gets his hands on that book, he can save the world, or Solus Black, the main villain, can force him to destroy the universe. So that's what it's about. First thing those monsters seeing is my Zweihander and me in chainmail. A Zweihander, nice. Good choice. I like Zweihanders. Those are great weapons. I want to actually make my own Zweihander, but I don't have enough steel for that. I do not have enough steel for a Zweihander, nor a big enough forge. But guys, we are literally close to finishing up the forging process on our Viking sacks here. We got just a little bit left to do. Guys, this is going to be awesome. We got our length out for our handle. Now we just got to put our hickory handle on there, ping this over, and we got to finish stretching out this blade and beveling it out. And it'll be ready to hack and slice and dice, guys. Hopefully. But yeah, the Lake Guardians in this story are actually they're actually good line beings. They're just defending their home. If you pollute their lake, they're coming after you. And that's just how they are. And Mother Nature fights back kind of way. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed the story of the Lake Guardians and got to see the picture of them. What's up, Bo? Thank you, Bo. I'm glad y'all enjoyed everything, man. We're just kind of sitting here chilling, not really doing much, just enjoying ourselves. We only need 2 more likes before we can do another scald. Oh, man. It has been a long day, but it's been a good restful day, which is what I needed. Tomorrow, we're going right back over to the forge, as long as the weather permits. But if it ain't raining, we hammering, guys. So we're going to see if we can hammer this this Viking sacks out the rest of the way. And make it look really good. So we can actually have something that looks pretty awesome. And then it's just polishing up, shaping up, and cleaning up, everybody. And he'll be ready to be sharpened and tempered and tested. Yeah, I know. Almost 30 likes. It's pretty cool, BMC. Thank you. Yeah, we only need 2 more to go. Yeah, no, I don't see how my Jinjin gets so many. She got like so many likes today. She almost hit 50. It was incredible. I think this is going to be the only full-length video I'm going to do for the day. And I do apologize that we had short videos today. I wanted a me day. I still wanted to come on here and say hi to you guys, but I wanted a me day. And I'm probably going to be taking after during the 4th. And I might be taking and just doing a forging video for you guys and during the day. But at night, I'm going to be going with my family. So there will not be a final thoughts on 4th of July. It's raining here in Northern California. Weirdly. Oh, okay, cool. What's up, Superior? How you doing, brother? We got 29 likes. We only need 1 more like for our next scald. Only need 1 more like for our next scald. And guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Bring some more people on in. Invite everybody. We welcome everyone. Yeah, I am just a little bit run down, man. To be honest, I kind of want to sit back, rethink things through again, and reset up my plan, because the original way I had my channel set up, it just wasn't working. You know, I'm also rethinking the charity, guys, because we're just not getting donations. You know, we're just not getting anything. So I'm thinking about just leaving the Knights of the Holy Rose Sanctum as just simply my little group here on YouTube. And, you know, I might try to do my charity some other time. But it's just not working right now. You know, and to be honest, I put a little too much on my plate right off the bat, especially for somebody with my condition. So, yeah, just a little rundown for sure. You know, that's why last night I did the video on take your health into consideration first. You know, guys, unless you're a father or a mother, which in that case, your children's health should always come first. But if you're, you know, if you're just on your own, or if it's you and your wife or something like that, and it's just something that you really have to do in order to feel yourself or to feel normal, guys, do it. It's okay. It's okay. As long as it's not cheating or, you know, leaving them unless for, you know, a stupid reason. You know, guys, I never condone divorce for dumb reasons. Yeah, also come join my Jin's June Bugs. Yeah. I'm gonna give it some more time and see how many more people I can build up. See if I can get a good solid following, a good solid number of people coming in here, guys, because get away from the stand. Go on, baby. Because I'm losing watch hours like crazy, guys. I really am. We're just not bringing in enough people. And, you know, so that's one of the things that's going on. I decided to experiment with this and try to do a year worth of YouTube to see how it goes. Oh, I know you are, my baby. I know you are, my love. But if I just don't get too far, guys, you know, I do understand that. But we are really slowing down. Like we used to be at 1,000 views. You know, at least 4 of my shorts a day would reach 1,000 people. Well, there it is. 30th like. Scald, guys. I'm also just thinking about this, you know, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now. You know, like fixing my RV, trying to get my RV and find a place to put it, you know, and all these things that are happening on a regular basis. You know, there's a lot of things going on. And guys, some of these things I need to focus on. Priorities, you know. So I might not be doing as many videos and everything, guys, because I got to get my life together, you know, and I can't really help anybody else and be the smile and swamp brat if I'm stuck in a place where I'm honestly getting chewed out all the time, you know, too. So I just don't know exactly what I'm going to do, guys. I'm in a mood. You know, I'm in a mood. Let's just put it that way. No, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting, Gianna. I am by no means quitting, but I might be slowing down. You know what I mean? I might be slowing down. That's all. Might not have guaranteed times I'm going to come live. I might just go live when I feel like it. You know, I will be guaranteed to be going live in the afternoon, especially if I'm forging or if I'm crafting. You know, I'll definitely go live then, but I might be just slowing my channel down a little bit and stepping back and thinking about what the channel is going to be about, you know, because it started out one way and it's now becoming another. So it's kind of like, you know, what am I going to do? We're still going to do Morning Mojo, that's for sure. That's mine and your show, baby. You know, that's mine and your show. We still doing the Morning Mojo. So don't worry about that. But you need to start bringing some of your people over for Morning Mojo there, sweetie. Have them come join the whole group. Yeah, we're still going to have Morning Mojo and probably afternoon hangouts. But we might not have final thoughts all the time. You know, that might be the one that I'm going to slow down on, guys, unless I just see something that I really feel like talking about. We just might not be having final thoughts all that often. I'm just trying to think about what the show is going to actually be and what it's going to be about. You know, because I've been bouncing around, bouncing ideas, trying so many different things. It's kind of a mixture of both there, Gianna. To answer your question, it's a bit of a mixture of both. The views are going down, the likes are going down, and I need to focus on certain things in my life right now. So it's a combination of both. We lost our 30th like. Oh well, guys. Yeah, it can drain you quicker than I thought. That is one thing I will say. You know, I didn't realize that now I know why a lot of good YouTubers only do it about once a day or so, you know, and they get more likes. But, you know, doing it 3 times a day, it's been kind of draining. And I think it's making people just be tired of seeing you, you know. So I also got to think about what I'm going to do to spice the channel up, you know. Make it a better show. Or try to, anyway. Stretch too thin, exactly. We lost 2 more likes already, see? That's what I'm getting at, guys. You know. Yeah. You know, I think it makes people want to see you more. So I might just be slowing the channel down to just my show and our show, and then that's it. But anyway, guys, you know, before I lose any more likes here, I think I'm going to go on ahead and jet on off of here. Thank you very much, Tiana. But I think I'm going to go on ahead and hop on off of here before we lose any more likes. Probably didn't get any subscribers either. But we'll see you all guys next time. And check you later. Remember, see you from a swamp, later from a gator. Love your mama, love your papa, love yourself, be kind, and always find a way to help everybody. We'll catch you all next time.